Hi, and welcome to video 19, and today I'm going to show you how to use factorization to simplify expressions. So let's get started here. First, my first question, I want you to simplify this expression. Now this is a question that could come in an exam. It's not really that hard. I can't imagine that you'll get more than 2 marks for this in any exam. But if we were to look at the top is just a simple x plus y. Okay? Underneath, what's similar between both of them? X and x. You can pull out an x here and you can pull out an x here. So let's pull out the x. If we were to pull out the x from the underneath, remember, if we're pulling out the x, we're only going to write it once. We'll be left with x here and we'll be left with y here. You notice the top and the underneath look the same. So the x plus y and the x plus y will cancel out. X plus y into x plus y is 1. So our final answer will be 1 on x. Simple enough? Let's try another one. Right? So let's try one like, oh, this is a good one. 25x squared minus 16y squared divided by 15x plus 12y. Now, I strongly suggest that you review, if you haven't already, as I said, review videos 15, 16, 17, and 18. Everything that we're doing here is based on those 4 videos. So, if you look at the top, you notice that you see 2 items squared and you have a minus sign in the middle. Now this strikes me as being the difference between 2 squares. Now remember, for the difference between 2 squares to work, the squared must belong to the whole item here, and the squared must belong to the whole item, and you must have a minus sign in between. There's a slight problem here. The squared only belongs to the x, but we know 25 is the same thing as 5 squared. So you can throw away the 25 and instead put 5 squared. And we know 16 is the same thing as 4 squared. Once again, the formula only works when there's only 1 squared in this region and 1 squared in this region. It is perfectly okay now to erase both these squares and in brackets put 1 square. That automatically means the square belongs to both of them. And we can do a similar situation here. We can erase both squares, put the entire 4y in brackets, and put a square here. Great. Now we can use the difference between the 2 squares formula. Remember, when we use the formula, we get 2 pairs of brackets. The first item and the second item, we put it 5x and 4y, and then we make one of them positive and the other one negative. It doesn't matter, once again, if this one is positive and this one is negative. The underneath now, isn't it possible just to pull out 3 from both of them, because 3 can go into 15 and 3 can also go into 12. So let's pull out 3. If we pull out 3, we're already secretly dividing everyone here by 3. So I believe we will get 5x plus 4y, because we divide the 12 by 3 and the 15 by 3. If you notice on top, there's something similar to something underneath. The 5x plus 4y will cancel out with the 5x plus 4y, leaving you with 5x minus 4y, that's this guy, divided by 3. And that's the end of your question, right? If you wanted, let's say if, this really means that both items on top get divided by 3. So you can also write it like this. Both are mathematically correct, but I would stick with this answer because in simplification, you want to get your answer to look as simple as possible. In my opinion, I find this one looks simpler than this one. Let's try a third one. All right, let's see. This one, I think I'm gonna put a quadratic somewhere in there. Let's see. Oh, it was wrong side. Let's try this one. 3m minus 4 divided by 3m squared plus 2m minus 8. You notice on top it's not a quadratic, but underneath there is a quadratic. Let's try to, well, I think from the last video, it should be fresh in your head still, like how to solve a quadratic. I'll just run through the basics just in case. The underneath, there's nothing much we can do with the top, so let's just focus on the underneath. M squared, so the number touching the m squared is a, the number touching the m is b, and the number without the m attached is c. When you're factorizing a quadratic, your job is to multiply a by c. So if we were to multiply a by c, I believe we will get 3 multiplied by minus 8, and we will get minus 24. Now, your job is to figure out what two numbers, when you multiply them, you will get minus 24. But if we were to add those same two numbers, we would get the middle item, b. So what two numbers, if we were to multiply it, we will get minus 24. And if we add them, we will get 2. Now, there's two things that come to mind. How about 6 by minus 4? If we were to multiply these two, we would get minus 24. And if we were to add 6 and minus 4, we will get positive 2. Now remember, some people might make the mistake and say, but I'm going to use minus 6 by positive 4. If you were to multiply these two, you would get minus 24. No argument there. But if I were to add minus 6 and positive 4, I would get negative 2. I do not want negative 2. I want positive 2. So I'm not going to use the minus 6 and the positive 4. Instead, I'll use this guy here. So I'm going to pull this aside here and let me factorize this. If we were to ask the quadratic, hey, how much is your middle term? The quadratic would say, hey, my middle term is 2m. Another way the quadratic could respond to you is by saying, my middle term is positive 6m minus 4m. Positive 6m minus 4m. Isn't that the same exact thing as 2m? And don't forget to put the minus 8. So what we're going to do, we're going to factorize this. These two I can pull out. When it's 4 items, you handle 2 at a time. I believe I can pull out 3m from both of them. If I pull out 3m from both these here, I think I'll be left with m and positive 2. Because that means I'm visiting everyone here and dividing them by 3m, and I'm going to divide him by 3m. Over here, I'm going to pull out positive 2. If I pull out positive 2, I'm going to visit everyone here and divide it by 2. So I believe I'll get minus 2m minus 4. Notice the items in the brackets do not look exactly the same. So I suggest instead of pulling out positive 2, I'm going to pull out negative 2. Negative changes to a positive, negative changes to a positive. Both items in the brackets look exactly the same. So I'm going to pull these two out. M plus 2, and I'll be left with 3m minus 2. Right. So you notice both of them look the, well, sorry, I pulled out this here. So everything looks okay there. Now I'm realizing I made a mistake in this question. I figured it, right? Don't hang me. Instead of 3m minus 4, it's supposed to be 3m minus 2. Really sorry about that. I'm really lazy. I really don't want to go back and do this video, so please just forgive me once for this. Right, so we factorized out the underneath, and that means the entire underneath. We can throw this away and replace it with m plus 2 and 3m minus 2. Because if I were to multiply this out, I would get back the original expression that was here a few seconds ago. So this means, well, sorry, on top and on underneath, you will, and on the underneath, you will see something similar. There's a 3m minus 2 on top and a 3m minus 2 underneath. This and this will cancel out, leaving you with 1 divided by m plus 2. This is my final answer. Alright, so hope you enjoyed the video, and well, sorry about the error back there. It happens once in a while. So in my next video, I'll be doing some advanced transposition, like making X the subject or Y the subject. Now I know I covered that a few videos back, but this, you need to watch the next video. It's some really tricky examples, and it's going to be worth your while. So once again, don't forget to check the link below, and don't forget to subscribe and leave comments. Have a good day.